class. Thank you for joining. So I'm not really going to do much of training today. What I want to focus on is taking as much questions as I can. Okay? I like to take as much questions as I can from you guys. And I want to take questions on how do you work on your personal finance? The year started, we had all these big dreams. Everybody had this, oh, I want to, this is my year, I'm going to achieve this, I'm going to achieve that, right? Now, the year started. What's happening to your personal finance goal? February is about to end. What have you done so far? What is not working? What do you think can do better, right? How can you turn things around? Share this screen. I'm going to talk briefly about 2 slides. And then after that, I want us to talk. Coaching call is not just me talking. Coaching call is very much about you getting answers, right, to bugging questions, to challenges you're facing. So once you have questions, we'll pull you up and be able to allow you to ask your questions about your personal finance. But the focus is personal finance goal. So you need to have 3 types of personal finance goal. You need to have short-term goals, right? 3 to 6 months, right? That should be your short-term goal. Here in this slide, it says, less than 3 months. So 30 days. Mid-term goal, 3 to 12 months. Long-term goal, 12 months and above. Now, so build up an emergency funds and start with small side hustle. So right away, you can build up an emergency funds. And once that funds hit an amount, look for the types of investments you can just be putting in something and be getting something on a regular basis, right? You can start there. And when we say side hustle, please, I'm not saying side business. People miss this. When you start a new business, what you're doing is called self-employment. And self-employment requires time and energy. And what many of us do when you start this so-called side business, you will not get promotion in your current job anymore, right? The side business you started again, we still need years and time for it to even become a business. And remember, self-employment and employment are the same. In fact, sometimes self-employment is worse than employment. Because if you're self-employed, you pay yourself salary, a job owns you, and in many cases, you don't have a life anymore. There's no guarantee income. There's no guarantee anything. And I've seen people's life has become the most miserable. They've been the most miserable of men because they went into this, I must own my business. What you must own is an investment. Start an investment. How can money work for you? What can you put money into that? Even if you don't do any job, right? Something comes in regularly. Land banking is part of it. Buying shares. Right now, you can do fractional real estate investment. You can do fractional purchase of Apple share, Amazon shares, right? So don't tell me, sir, I don't have, $5,000, $10,000. There are investment that with $100, right? You can buy fraction of a share. You can trade Forex with as little as $100 if you have the training. So, and people always ask me this, what do I do when I don't have enough capital, right? I say, start with training, right? How many of you are in Telecommunication University? There are courses on Forex there. There are courses on crypto there. There are courses on real estate there. Have you gone there? Have you signed up? Have you watched them? Have you started taking actions? On those videos, you see how to set up your account to start trading Forex, how to set up your account to start doing crypto, right? You can start there. Now, it doesn't make you an expert, but at least you started, right? You started. Okay? Now, start by saving something. Because even if it's that you want to do $100, you still may need to save to meet up the $100. You still may need to save to meet up $1,000. You may need an advanced coaching that may be as expensive as $10,000 or $20,000. So start saving towards the knowledge. Once you get the knowledge, then start the investment rather. Number under immediate goal, pay off all your credit cards debt and start investing 20% of your home income. So some of you are in debt, you're owing people money, you're owing banks money. One of the biggest secrets of my life and business is that our company doesn't do loan, particularly in Africa. Now, if you take loan internationally, go and relax. In fact, it's the best way to do business, right? Particularly in the US, in the UK, because those economies are run with loan. So if you use those loans for business, right? Like you're buying houses, you're buying real estate, yes, you're making the right decision if you are in the UK or in the US. But if you're in Africa, right, and you even take loan, even if it's for business, once your business does not work, they're chasing you with EFCC, they're chasing you with this, they're chasing you with that, and it just messes up your life. So I advise you to even stay off that. But generally, stay off personal loan. You have no business with it. Your credit card is a personal loan. It's not helpful. You don't need it. Okay? You do not need it. And it's wisdom that you get off it and begin to put yourself into that pathway of saving 20% of your income, and you want to build wealth. Okay? Long term, earn enough from your investment to cover all your expenses. So you want to get to a point where you earn enough. One of the things I also say is this: how can you hear this? Everybody hear this, and this is very important if you can learn. How can you turn your current job to a side hustle? And I'll tell you what I mean. Can you structure your current job in a way where you can get your employer to say, I will give you a percentage of any business you bring in for the company? These then become your side hustle. Some of our colleagues in our company, it's become one of the reasons why many of them love their job, because listen, salary will never be enough. Let's even say they are paying you 500,000, right? A time will come that your need will rise up to the 500,000. But imagine a situation where you can even earn $1 million in a month. You can earn 2 million, you can earn 10 million, as long as you work into it. So try to arrange a situation, even if you're not in sales, right? Even if you're not in sales department, try to arrange a situation with your employer such that you can now be earning something for bringing in business for your company. Okay, and go all out, try to bring business. This is very good because this then, you are not necessarily off your job, right? You're still in your job, and yet you are earning extra income aside your salary. All this living and depending on salary and waiting for salary is the most ridiculous thing you can ever do. It will make you hate your employer. Meanwhile, your employer is not your enemy, right? Because your employer can only pay you what he earns, the income that comes in. Look at many companies can treat anybody anyhow, but guess what? They never treat their salespeople anyhow, because those are the people bringing in the money that sustain the organization. The organization is zero without salespeople. So if you can just go meet your employer and say, sir, if I bring business, is there a commission? Okay, and then start bringing business for your employer. I promise you, your income will change, but you must have the discipline to save a good portion of what you earn, right? This is important. So, do you mean from your income under immediate? Yeah, of course, pay off your debt and start saving 20% of your income. Sorry, they put home there. I think that must be from the end. Start saving 20% of your income. Okay, that's under immediate, intermediate goal or midterm goal, and then long-term goal. Earn enough from your side hustle. Earn enough from sales. Push sales. Go after selling. Build a strong selling skill. My biggest strength, as Stephen Akintayo, is my ability to sell. I just told some of my salespeople, right? You are not selling. You're out of this place, because it costs us a lot, right, to sustain this company. And if you're not selling, you're not helping the organization. You have to bring in money and stop playing games. Get in the sales, bring in the sales. So When it comes to the conversation of finance, let's look at the factors involved. Savings is number one. You must start saving something, right? You must pay yourself first. Okay? Growth is number two. You must grow your income. Your income has to grow. If it's not growing, then it's slowing. So how do I keep growing what comes in? Let me earn more. Again, I've told you to earn more. If you don't want to lose your job, I'm not one of those motivational speakers who are going to tell you, oh, fire your boss. I know how many people, I didn't even fire them. They fired themselves. And they are worse off than when they were with me. Right? I know how many people. So all this deception to say fire your boss, it may not always work in every situation. Not everybody has that strength to become entrepreneurs and be able to start a business and undergo all the struggles, all the pain. Not every one of us. I remember one day Dr. Opweban was asking me a question. I was sharing with him how I went to the bank one day, and before you know it, they said I can't go home. They detained me, right? At the end of the day, a letter came from some organization claiming something. Cut the long story short, it was a mistake, but I slept that cell that day, right? These are things we go through running business. I mean, today now, nobody hears those stories. Nobody knows those stories. And not everybody could have even gone through that and survived. Some people will have gone through that and will never do business anymore. They're angry. They just, what did I do? How are people unfair to me? We've been through a lot. But can you start selling? Because ultimately, even when you start your business, the number one skill that will make your business to succeed is your ability to sell. Your selling skill is what makes your business successful. You can't sell, you don't have a business to start with. No business without sales, right? So please, I'm interested in buying international stocks, but don't know how to do it from Nigeria because I don't know which platform is genuine. What is your budget, Obong Roots? Let me know your budget, okay? Now, number two under finance is currency, right? How much of your investment money is nairalized? How much is dollarized? What currency are you dealing with? If you realize that naira is not stable, it's wisdom to try to invest in foreign investment options, right? And many of them exist. Okay, just that because they're in dollars or in foreign currency, the amount involved to start is also high because you have to exchange it, right? So, for example, I want to do some investment in dollars. Now, to even raise $1,000, that's already over 700,000 naira, right? And $1,000 is just small money. But of course, you can start some investment. So, what currency? Now, what investment are you going to do, right? Under investment. What are the investment options? What are the ones that will save you from tears and pain and losses? And I advise you over and over again, never do investment without the knowledge of the investment. In fact, we started the Stephen Akintayo University Urban Roots, right? Don't just go and say, now I'm investing in shares. Now, do you have a training? Have you gone through, for example, that training course in Stephen Akintayo University? If you haven't gone through that course and then you rush, and then before you know it, oh, you bought the wrong shares. Oh, you lost all your money. Then you come back again and say, oh, this motivation. You know, they're just motivating. And that's how I bought these shares. I lost all my money. Yeah, you're stupid. And sorry I used that word, but you're foolish enough to have gone through that without training. That's what we're saying here. Okay? Why did you even go through that without proper training? Why? Why? So, you should have gone through proper training, proper exposure, before you then go into all of that. So please, I want to encourage you, and I've said this over and over again, do not invest your money into anything. First, pay to be trained. When you understand it very well, okay, stock market now. I'm on that stock market. When you understand it very well, then go and start putting your money. And lastly, balance. You must have a proper diversified portfolio. Today, which is yesterday in the US, was the lowest, period in the US capital market. The biggest losses ever this year in 2023 happened yesterday. Right? Now, you don't have a balance. All your money, all your investment money were into stocks. Boom. You wake up yesterday and you're crying. What happened? This share that I bought for X has come down to X. What's going on here? And then you start panicking. You start having high blood pressure. Well, you should have diversified your investment. A portion in stock, a portion in real estate, a portion in this, a portion even into insurance, ladies and gentlemen. Be well diversified. Again, this is why you need someone like me as your coach. In the Akintayo University, right? Every week we're bringing professionals to come and train you. Every week, ladies and gentlemen, we're bringing professionals to train you. Good news, we're having Dan Locke as our next speaker, right? Our next, monthly session on the 18th of March. We're going to be having Dan Locke. It's going to be teaching you how do you sell things that are high ticket products. How do you make high money? Okay. So you want to be part of this, Akintayo University. The problem with many of us, we just want free bits. Listen, free training will not take you far. Okay, it will never take you far. There's a limit to getting free information, how far it can take you, like the one of today. It won't take you far, right? Because there is a limit to how much time I'm going to spend here, right? There's a limit to how much information you're going to get here. But if you can invest in paid programs, then the journey is continuous. It doesn't stop. It's not one day, right? It goes on and on and on. So you can join Akintayo University today. You have a discount. Instead of paying $247, you can pay just $47, right? For me, I would just advise you pay for a whole year, right? A whole year will just be beautiful. You can pay for a whole year of Akintayo University, because this year we're going to be bringing a lot of high net worth people to mentor you in the Akintayo University. Olutoyi says £8,000 is too expensive. Olutoyi, but you saw £47. Why didn't you start there? You see the problem? Your mind jumped to the one you can't afford as an excuse not to take action. You cannot continue to live your life that way, right? There's a $47. Start there, right? Life is in phases. Men are in sizes. You live your size per time. Fingers are not equal. Somebody here, he can afford the one-on-one. What he wants is one-on-one with Dr. Stephen. He's ready to pay any amount. I've had people call my office and say, any amount of money Dr. Stephen wants, I'm ready to pay. But I want one-on-one with him. And they pay. And they have one-on-one. Right? You are not at that level. And the reason why those people are saying that is because at the level they are, they need a one-on-one cancer. Maybe they are even about to do a $10 million deal. Right? And they know that they needed a customized advice right away. What do I do, Dr. Stephen? Right? Because it's either they pay £8,000, right? Or so, but my point is, some people are able to afford something way higher. Okay? And that's what they are looking for. They want one-on-one. And it's either they pay the $5,000, right? Or stand a chance of losing $10 million. So there is wisdom for them to say, even if it's for 1 hour, I'm paying $5,000. I want to talk to Dr. Stephen. So it's up to you which one you want to go for. But thank you, Olutoyi, for that correction. They're going to correct it ASAP. So now I'm going to take questions from you guys, and then we'll move on. So I will take your questions now. I'm done with the class. Like I said, the coaching call is focused more on questions more than teaching, right? There are other sessions where it's pure teaching, but this is more focused about, taking questions, giving one-on-one answers, than even teaching you much. I hope you learned something. So let me start with the second question by Beatrice Otier. So what's the minimum amount I can start with for real estate? Now, the same question with international stock trading. There's really no minimum amount, right? There's no such thing. Because it depends on what aspect of real estate are you doing. Are you doing real estate development? Are you doing land banking? Okay. Are you doing what's it called? Are you doing brokerage? Are you doing short let apartments? So which one are you doing? So the one you're doing determines what capital you need. And even when we now pick, it depends on the volume and where you're starting from, right? And that's why, again, it goes back to training. What happens is when you're properly trained, you kind of on your own begin to have an idea of how you can structure based on what you have. So usually what training does for you is, okay, I'm giving an example, I have $500,000, right? Now that I'm trained, I know that, with what they've said, I could buy a land in so place. I could invest in this. I could do this. I could do this. Also, why we do coaching is that the kind of question, Beatrice, you talked about, that's what then happens in those coaching. So you'll be able to, me and you will be able to discuss and say, okay, Beatrice, what's your budget? You can say, hey, doctor, I have this, I've saved. So I'll tell you, okay, Beatrice, maybe because of what you have, you may not be able to start development, but why not go into shortlet, right? What city do you live? Okay, I can tell you, maybe you should start with Houston. You can buy this property for this price. I know one person who can help you as your broker. You know, this is the strategy, this is the strategy. So the one-on-one helps with giving you like a customized ideas, right? And is in those one-on-one we can now go into, working with you on what amount do you need to work on, right? So I hope I answered your question, Beatrice. Anthony Iwu says, please can you work on masterclass with Robert Kiyosaki search engine? I can't see it. Thank you. So Joshua, check. Now, the good news is that when you go to Selecta University, you can see all the courses there, right? So check which one. I hope they have. Can you work on the thumbnail? Joshua, is there a thumbnail? If you can do a thumbnail for each video and the topic, I think that would,
okay, sir.
because with the thumbnail, if they don't see, once they see the one that has myself picture, they now know.
Okay, sir.
James Adebisi's is saying the situation where one has already started a side business instead of a side, maybe you mean instead of side investment, while still working. The side business is growing, but slowly. How does one balance finance strain it brings with it? Well, you can't say it's growing when you're already saying there's a finance strain. You're already telling us there's challenges already. So my advice, again, I don't know what business you're doing, what the income is generating at the moment. So because it's when I have certain details, I might be able to either advise you to resign your job and maybe focus on that business, because I don't know whether that business has potential. Okay. So for me is I really don't know yet what kind of business you're doing. So I just don't want to give you that advice of, resign your job, focus on your business, or focus on your business, resign your job, or resign the business, focus on your job, or keep both. I can't give you all that kind of answers until I have more information about the business, about the cash flow, about the income coming in, and the sustainability plan. What's the strategy to make sure the business eventually grows to become a multinational or become a business that can sustain itself? However, my advice is, if it's taking a lot of your time, your energy, look for somebody you know, your wife, or your friend, and let the person come in as a partner, right? Because to run a business that will be successful, you need to give it time, energy, resources. It requires energy for businesses to grow, right? And this is the truth. People will not always put in their best. I was just coming in this morning, and I saw some of our staff, you know, and downstairs just smoking and gisting during work hours, right? Now that's what happened. Meanwhile, there's HR, there's branch manager, there's all of them are busy doing their job. They didn't, because they're junior staff, right? Right there, I had to give query to the HR for what happened. Like, you're here and your colleagues were busy, smoking during office hours, gisting outside the office premises here in our Dubai office. But these are the realities in business. These are things you find in business, right? So if you don't give it your energy, if you don't, you, the owner, you, the founder, if you don't put in all the best, right? The business may not really grow as you want it to grow. And you're the one still losing big time. So come on. You have to give your business what it takes. Look for a partner. But like I said, I don't have enough details to be able to give you specific advice yet. Let me see. More questions here. Okay, the next one is Joseph Adebambo. He says, I don't buy all this internet coaching and wealth creator mentorship because scammers are too much. But with Dr. Akintayo, is with difference. His history will convince you. I'm in South Africa and I will start my real estate career from here. Wow, thank you for that good words. I appreciate it. Really, really grateful for that kind words. I think the reason really is because many of the coaches don't run businesses, right? So the only thing they do is coaching. So there's no legitimacy to what they're teaching you. There's no credibility to what they're teaching you, right? So I've always advised people, when you're trying to get a mentor, let it be that there's results. Let's see what business the person runs. It's easy to just read books and then begin to tell you 4 C's and 10 C's and 5 C's of entrepreneurship. In reality, on ground, it goes beyond the C's, right? So the credibility I bring to it is that I'm a businessman. First of all, I run a multi-billion-naira corporation with offices all over the world, UK, US, Dubai, Nigeria, and all that. We're expanding to 10 more countries this year. So when you look at that, I understand how it works. And I'm speaking from practical, tangible experience. I've done investment in big volumes, so I know what I'm talking about. It's not just motivation here. Asana Temitayo says, sir, how can I register for your e-commerce training? Very easy. So for the e-commerce training, again, we have the e-commerce courses in the Anwsers University, the basic, background information about it. But if you now want something more in-depth, the group coaching is what I advise you to go for. And you can see it on the banner that was shared. The group coaching is $5,000, but I think there's a discount today for you to pay $1,000 and you can join that. That goes a bit more detailed compared to the other ones, right? So you can always call Mr. Joshua, is on your screen. Joshua is my executive assistant, and he can always help you, with details on how you can sign up for that. Or you can just go to the website itself. So next question is Wealth with Daniel. It says, how do I start to monetize my knowledge skill? I'm starting sales coaching and public speaking. I'm also facing difficulty to build a brand. What's your advice? Well, you have picked a very difficult field, right? So when it comes to sales, if you decide to go into sales, you then must have credibility in sales, right? So my advice is, what have you sold before? What big sales success story have you had? If you have such, then start your coaching career telling that journey, telling that story, right? How I joined a company, okay? And, I started selling their product. I was able to do X volume in so months, right? I'll give an example. My executive assistant is Joshua, even though he leveraged on my students who always reach out to him. But a Joshua can start a sales coaching career to say, hey, in 1 year, right, I was able to do over 200 million in sales working at GTEx Homes, right? Now I'm starting a coaching on how I did it. Do you see, from zero experience in sales, right? I did over 100. So now that's the credibility. So anybody who has never done 200 million naira in sales wants to come for Joshua's coaching, wants to be mentored by Joshua, right? Because they've never done such. So for the field you have chosen, this also is how you build the brand. The brand will come in from that testimony. So if you often hear me, you see me, and sometimes people think I'm trying to brag, but it's never bragging, it's just the credibility of it. So you see me say, I started my business with $10 15 years ago, and then we've grown to multi-billion. We have over $100 million worth of real estate assets. I'm saying that not to brag, but telling you my credibility, why you should listen to me. So when you look at your life and say, what? $10? Right? His company own over $100 million in real estate? No, I need to listen to this man. No, he has to talk to me. I need his help. He knows something I don't know, because I'm still struggling. So for you to be a successful sales coach and to grow your brand, you must, now if you don't have that result, go and work for free under another sales coach, right? And tell him you will only earn based on commission, so that becomes your story. So imagine you come work with Dr. Steven, you are not on salary, it's only commission that you earn when you make a sale, right? Now, imagine you now grow your journey in few years, you are now doing you did over $1 billion in sales. Now you can go back to restart your coaching program and you build your brand, and all the experiences you've had with Dr. Steven becomes your real credibility here. Okay, good. So Chris, for future, or Gabriel Christopher says, I completed payment for 5 plots in Epe after 2 years and 4 months. It was terrible sacrifice though. I'm yet to settle payment for survey and all. Is there a way to start earning from it before paying those? First of all, you didn't buy from me, so I can't be telling you how you can monetize something you didn't buy from my company. Okay? So in all honesty, I can't. And I don't want to sound like I'm spoiling other people's business, because I could tell you some methods, and the company you bought property from don't do that, right? And I've always said this, I don't need to spoil somebody else's business just because I want to grow mine. I just don't do those kind of stuff. So Anthony Iwu says, thank you, sir, for the coaching today. I have referred 3 of my friends to you. One came with me at Real Estate Masterclass Port Harcourt last year, and 2 enrolled in online university. My question is, for someone that want to travel to Europe for studies, and I want to still sell real estate and do business, what step do you think I should take to take abroad? Well, that's very easy, because once you start real estate business while you're in Nigeria, okay, it's easy to build credibility. Just when you get outside Nigeria, mix with the Nigerian community in diaspora, right, and start building relationship with them, because many of them will be the ones who will then do business with you. Many of them are looking for, trying to buy property back in Nigeria. And they would rather prefer somebody that is close to them, that they can go knock your door if anything happened to the property they bought through you, right? So start the business in Nigeria, start growing your brand, grow your reputation before you travel to Europe, so that by the time you travel to Europe, then mix up Nigerian churches, Nigerian communities, and start doing like workshops, seminars, meeting Nigerian communities to explain the properties that you sell back in Nigeria. Absolutely, you make crazy money. I know some people that this is what they do abroad. They don't work for any company in diaspora. They only still sell properties back in Nigeria, earn commission, and they're financially free. So you can do that absolutely. Obong Root says, I have $500. I have not done the training. I would like to start first. So yes, Obong, sign up for Akintayo University. Go watch the training on fractional real estate investment and start from there. That will be, in that video, we gave details of a particular company. The CEO was the one that even did the training, and they gave details of how you can download the app and invest. $500 is enough for you to start buying fractional shares of foreign companies. Equere Esther says, I work with a real estate as a business manager full-time. I'm on salary and commission, but I am thinking of an hybrid job, then take real estate as my side hustle so I can do other personal trainings. First of all, I don't understand what you mean by hybrid job. Okay? If you work with a real estate firm, you have no business, okay, trying to get another job. Because as long as you are earning commission, then you determine your salary. Rather, what I would do, I will go for courses on how do I do social media advert, like Google adverts, Facebook adverts, to be able to get good leads and sell more real estate. I also go for courses like Lagos Business School just to connect with rich people. So I'll be going for courses that are very expensive, right? Just so that I can connect. I'll give you an example. If you join my group coaching program, right? Anybody who is paying me $5,000 to learn from me is definitely not a poor man. So if I were you and I do real estate, I would intentionally join those kind of courses, because out of those 10 people, 20 people, right? I then build relationship with them. I can easily get my customers there. So there are certain courses some of us go for, right? Not even because we don't know what they are teaching, but just to network, because we know the caliber of people who are coming for those kind of programs are the kind of people who want to network with, are the kind of people that want to meet. They have the kind of resources that, can help change our business to the next level. So the only business you have right now is trying to grow your selling skills and not to be thinking of another business. I mean, that's confusion. Oluatuyi says, Doctor, I'm saving towards buying a land, purpose mainly towards land banking. Will you advise buying with 3 other trusted persons to make funds complete? Is it also possible to get the land with all the document on purchase? What are the targets you will advise? Well, when it comes to land banking, my number one advice is don't buy cheap land, right? Because what is most important when it comes to land banking is buying the right land, buying a genuine land. It's not about cheap land, right? Once you can buy the right land that is genuine, the details are genuine, there's nothing you cannot achieve over time. So rather than getting to 3 people, 10 people, why not try to negotiate for flexible payment plan? Okay, so that you can pay gradually for some of the properties. That would be my own advice to you. Just pay gradually. That would be it. Secondly, is also, why not register with that company to also start bringing people for them? Because as you bring people to buy, you get commission. You get 10% commission on land, 5% on house. And from that commission, you complete money to complete the land you're buying. So that would be my advice. Anthony Wu says, thank you for the coaching today. Okay, I've answered Anthony Wu. David Okupai says, Doctor, after paying any of the packages, we won't get certificates. Secondly, every video course you go through on Telecommunication University, you get certificate for it. Secondly, I hope your institution gives grants to mobilize someone to start up a business. What do you mean by grants to mobilize you to start a business? We have grants, but we don't give to start a business. We give grant to existing businesses, right? Okay, so who will give you money to start a business? You know, the world has changed. Everybody wants you to have demonstrated something, to have started something, to have proved something, right? And I think that's the way this works. So start somewhere. Oluwadamilade, I love Oluwatobi says, after subscribing to Telecommunication University sometime mid last year, I have to encourage 3 of my friends to do the same. Thank you, Dr. Stephen, for sharing. God will continue to increase you. You are one of the top CEOs in Africa Guide. Other despite your busy schedules. I appreciate your schedule. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And these words means a lot to me, right? Thank you for the kind words. Baba Tokwe Ajibare says, good morning, sir. I'm an engineer by profession. I designed and constructed automated gate opener. I need a sponsor. What can I do to get a sponsor? I don't know, right? I really don't know what you can do to get a sponsor. What I've always advised is this: social capital. Build a social capital. How do you do that? Show people what you do, right? I've been able to raise billions of nairas in investment by just always every day showing up. Oh, see the land we bought, see the property we have, see what we've done, see what we're doing. The more I show what I do, the more people reach out to us and say, Dr. Stephen, I have 100 million, I want to invest with you. I have 50 million, I want to invest. I have 40 million, I want to invest. I have 10 million, I want to invest. And the more we are getting liquid to keep growing our businesses. So the method I know is called social capital. Show what you have currently done and keep showing it, right? The more you show what you have done and what you're doing, the more you attract, right, investors who will say, hey, right, we're impressed with what you're doing and we think we should invest with you. And for me, that's the model I've been using. That's the strategy I've been using. And it has always worked for me. So sure, let people see what you're doing. And you, of course, ask for support, ask for investment, ask for partnership, and people will reach out to you. Please, what are those courses and books you recommend for sales? Go to my website, store.stevenakhtar.com. You see all my books on sales. And then go to Telecommunication University. You see all the courses. I've done more than 150 videos on sales. If you watch them, and you'll be a sales guru. I started my land buying and selling business before I relocated to the UK. And currently, I'm working on an investment for short-term rent with GTEx in their Ibeju location, but I can still continue buying and selling, or should I just be investing on landed properties? I really don't understand what you mean by buying and selling. So you buy land in Nigeria, or you sell it, or you buy a house in Nigeria and you sell it. So please, I need more information about what you mean by your buying and selling. However, if you live in the UK, it means you probably have a stable job. And my advice would be just keep doing land banking. Once you find a trusted and credible organization, keep doing land banking. What I would do if I'm in your shoes, I would buy at least, right, 20 to 50 plots in the next in the next 5 years. What will happen is that the first set of plots 5 years later that I bought, right, will have been mature enough to sell it for a higher price. I will then sell half. That's why I won't buy one plot. I always buy 2 or 1 acre or 2 acre, so that I can sell half, raise capital with it to start building. Because what will have happened in that 5-10 years is that those places will now be ready for habitation, and there will be good money you will make from rental income. So I will sell half, add more money, build houses on the remaining half, and start renting it and start getting rental income. And once you do rental income in a good estate, in a well-structured community, you attract good tenants who will always pay you. You also engage a facility management company so that it's easy for them to evict anyone who is not paying. Madonna says, good morning. Thank you for your training. It's really impactful. My question is for someone selling real estate and need other side hustle, can apply for remote job? Suffix. If you are selling real estate, you have no business getting a remote job. Get skillful at selling real estate because there's no limit to your income. It's just like telling Dr. Steven, oh, Dr. Steven, right? You are in Dubai. You are not yet a developer in Dubai. Why not go and work, right? And pick up another job? I mean, what are you talking? Which other job can pay me the level of commission I will earn selling for other developers? No other job, right? So when I moved to Dubai, all I still did was start selling first for credible developers and collecting my commission. That's a better thing than to say, okay, now I want to pick up accounting job, or I study microbiology. I want to pick up a microbiology side also job. Like, why do we think this way? Why? I don't get it. Rather, if I'm struggling to sell the Dubai properties well, you know what I would do? I will enroll on courses on how to be better at selling. That's what I would do, right? Then, side hustle. I'm telling you, all these people deceiving about the side hustle are lying to you. Okay? Okay, ask them now, the so-called motivational speaker teaching you side hustle. It's the same thing with motivational speaker who just keep advising you, go and start a business. Okay? Ask those same people, how far with the so-called side hustle? How far now? Because we just love doing things because they sound good. But the practicality of it, we're not being real. Your problem is not your real estate business. Your problem is that you're not selling enough. Get it fixed. Learn how to be excellent at selling, right? Generate leads. Make money from selling, and you'll be fine. Peace, Bakari. Dr. Steven, I'm glad to join your mentorship session today. It's good live session to see you live. How do I join your team of sales professionals? Oh, very easy. Visit www.gtexandassociate.com, www.gtexandassociates.com. Sign up is free. Okay, Olu Tuyi says, thank you for your response. You're welcome. All of you are thanking me for your response. You're welcome. Beatrice Otie says, I should have bought plots or 6 plots and sell after a few years and build and rent. Then, thank you, sir. Yeah, I mean, a lot of you should have bought properties from me, but I don't know why. Some of you just drag. You're waiting, and the prices keep going up and up and up to a point where you cannot even afford it. Some of you, is the sentiment that you must buy in your village. I don't even have a plot of land in my village. Business is not sentiment, right? Your first set of real estate should be investment, not sentiment, even if you don't live there, right? Oluwatobi Jinodu says, what are the top 3 skills you advise a real estate salesperson to develop, and how should he or she work on implementing them? First skill is interpersonal relationship skill. How do you relate better with people? Keep good relationship with them, be friendly with them, be cordial with them, charm them, get them in that mood where they love you, they want to, be with you and all those things. So you kind of need to build that good relationship with people. You must be a people person if you're going to be successful in real estate. Of course, you must also learn how to generate leads. How do you generate leads of people who can afford what you sell, right? So you must master the art of generating leads of people who can afford what you sell. Very, very important. And the last but not the least is you must go for high networking events by also building, what I call lifestyle marketing. So learn how to play golf, learn how to play tennis, be able to attend those kind of events, polo, when rich people are. And, because you've also built how to network, it's easy for you to just relate with them when you're in those events. Because trust me, sales is all about who can afford what you sell. Meeting people who can afford what you sell. That's all. That's sales for you. Can I start real estate from just one plot or 1 acre? Again, real estate is wide. So when you just say, can I start real estate from 1 plot or 1 acre? My question would then be, what type of real estate? Brokerage, real estate investment trust, real estate development. So which one, right? Is it just, so you have to be specific, guys, right? You have to be specific. Peace Bakare says the website is down. So yeah, call Isaac. Isaac can help you. So Isaac can help you if the website is down. Okay. How many of you have gotten value? We're going to stop here. How many of you got value today? Are you happy you're here? Did you learn something? Come on, show some love, guys. I want to thank you all for being part of today's class. My advice to you today, you are missing if you don't sign up for Stephen Akintayo University. In fact, our discount is going to end, I don't know when, but it's going to end very soon, because this year we are hosting a lot of top guys in the Stephen Akintayo University. All our major courses will be only for Stephen Akintayo University students. So I want to advise you to go sign up today. Procrastination is a thief of time. Right now that you're excited about this and you know the value you will learn, you go and sign up right now. Because if you leave here, another story comes up, another thing comes up, another discouragement, life happens, and you just continue to repeat. This year it's gone. We're already February. March is about to come. If you don't work hard, right, to start that coaching course, one of the biggest reasons why you join programs like this is that it becomes something that holds you accountable, that pushes you towards, I must, do something, right? I have joined a community, every week I'm learning something. That just pushes you, that just gets you in that accountability place. And like I said, nobody becomes rich by free materials. Nobody. Even me, I couldn't do it. I had to start paying before I got to where I am today. So I love you all. I leave you in the hands of the team to give you more announcements and details on how to sign up to the Stephen Akintayo University. God bless you. Have a wonderful, wonderful time ahead. Bye-bye.